Life after college as a student athlete, hard,
Mm.
whirlwind,
Oh man.
roller coaster.
Wow.
A lot of us didn't have a backup plan. We had our plan A, which was go there, get our stats, go pro, make money, take care of the family. And that went left. Got to the pro level, got cut, contract never came, got hurt, and now you have to rely on your degree. A lot of us went into college and got an easy degrees that we can't get jobs out of because we only went there just to go pro. Have an easy pathway, easy peasy, nothing to worry about. Then you find yourself not knowing what a resume is, a cover letter, and references. You haven't worked for anybody but your coaches. Your coaches don't allow you to get jobs because you have to train 24/7. So all you know how to do is be a student athlete, really an athlete for those years in your respective sport. And now you find yourself interviewing for jobs, going to these places. Some people you don't get a call back. Some people say, oh, you're a great person, love your energy, but you don't have the experience.
Mm.
Now doubt creeps up. Now you get all of these different emotions. And then you go and apply for jobs that want hard workers and want teamwork, which happen to be warehouse jobs. And now you're making less than what your degree says. You're making less than livable means. You're working overtime and double just to get the bare minimum of a payment. Then you look at your friends, and your friends are making salaries. They're traveling. They're getting promotion here, promotion there. Sometimes you have more degrees than them, and they're still doing way better than you. And
The funny thing is, man, the hardest time in my life is when I retired from playing professional basketball. That was the hardest time in my life, and it probably took me 5 to 7 years to recover. And I had a wife and kids. That's the hardest time ever. College sports, professional sports does not prepare you for real life. It's because when you're good at a sport, people give you whatever you want. When you are continue to be valuable to a coach, to a booster, to a program, get whatever you want. They don't teach you anything. They just keep you happy so you continue to score a lot of points, continue to make the school look good, continue to make the coach look good. But they are not preparing you for real life. One of the struggles, the biggest struggles I had was just jumping out after being a professional athlete and not knowing what the hell to do, not knowing what to do. What I don't know what to do with myself. All I'm used to is playing basketball, going home, playing basketball, going home, doing some learning here and there, got a degree. Yeah, but I don't know the first thing about applying for a real job. I don't know the first thing about looking for a job. Was not prepared for that. Because I thought, hey, I'm gonna go to the league, make a bunch of money, take care of my family. That's what we all think. That's what we play sports. We don't play sports for the love. We play to make money. Made a little bit of money, but I didn't make NBA Steph Curry money. So a lot of student athletes go through this. A lot of student athletes that don't make it pro, they experience this at a younger age. And to be honest, I wish I would experience it at a younger age. I tell my wife all the time, I said playing basketball professionally was probably the worst thing for me. Because those years that I played basketball and going through all that nonsense and that drama, I could have went through that just in a career and been better, way better off today than I was, when I, started over playing after playing professional sports. When you look back at your professional basketball career, unless you made it to the league and you made millions, it's a waste. It's a waste of your life. If you're making a little bit of money, because you think about it, you can only do this for so long. You can only play a sport for so long. Your body's not going to hold up. I did not. I retired early. I retired around the age of 30 because dealing with nonsense, playing basketball overseas, not getting paid, people playing with your money, coaches just tripping because you're American, teammates hate you because you're American, dealing with all of that. Everything that I've been through in my basketball career, I talked to my wife about this. I was like, I wish I would have just been done after college. I wish I would have figured out life right after college. When I graduated, I wish my life started thin instead of starting it at 29 with a wife and kids. It's the toughest thing ever. All basketball players, athletes, period, whether it's after college, whether after professional sports, you are going to go through depression. I've had many thoughts of not being on this earth because I didn't know what to do. I didn't have nobody teach me and say, you need to start preparing for after. Nobody said it to me. Everybody said, you're a great basketball player, you're going to make a lot of money, blah, blah, blah. But nobody told me the truth. Playing college sports is an amazing feeling. Playing, professional is an amazing experience. I'm thankful for that experience, but I always feel just the way my career went, I played a little bit in the NBA, but a hot second, more of development league, and then I went to overseas. All those experiences I've had, just their experiences, but I would trade them in for college. You're done, get into real life, start to hustle, build your money up. I traded in all. I think of this is how bad that I am about sports, about playing basketball too. I don't want to play basketball. I try to play basketball just for fun. I have no feeling for the game of basketball. It's because what happened to me as far as just in my career, how I got done dirty, how people stopped paying me, how people didn't start giving me my money. So jaded from the sport. People are jaded of the sport after college. Man, I was supposed to make it to the league. I blew my knee out. Now nobody cares about me. I hate everybody. What am I supposed to do in my life? Nobody's helping me. As an athlete, you're only as good at what you can. You're only as good as what you can provide for the team. Are there college coaches calling me right now? Are there professional coaches calling me right now, seeing how I'm doing, checking in on me? No. It's just the nature of the business. Are they bad people? No. But they got to worry about the next recruit. They got to worry about the next player. That's just life. You don't get that recollection or you don't get that boom or that knockout in your face until it's over. Until you finally say, damn, I can't play basketball no more. What am I going to do now? Now you have to figure out life. But it's harder when you try to figure out life when you marry with kids. Yes, you had a little bit of money, but that money can only stretch out for so far. You got to get into life and make money because you're the sole provider. But a lot of athletes go through this. College athletes as well, man. You get hit with a reality of fuck. This is real life.
You're asking yourself, well, what is it about me? I used to be a star. I used to be an All-American. People used to pay to see me play. And now I'm coming the very thing and turning into the very thing that I used to laugh at growing up. I'm falling into depression. I got anxiety. I'm gaining weight. I'm doing all these type of things. And it's just like, what did I go through in college? What did they teach me in college?
Nothing.
Did they truly prepare me for the real world? These are things people go through. These are things that we go through. We think about. Like, was I really prepared? Because I was always told what I put in is what I get out. But see, in college, I can wake up and feel like doing nothing, go to the gym, and my scholarship was still paid for.
Exactly.
I still got a check every month.
Yep.
Right now, I can't wake up and feel like not doing nothing. If I don't work, I don't eat. If I don't work, rent don't get paid, car don't get paid. I don't have nothing if I don't work. But then it takes so long for me to find work. I got to pay this loan. I got to get a loan from here and a loan from there. I got to go back and stay with family. I got to go back home. And I told myself I'd never go back home. So again, I advise people, when you in the student athlete realm, find different connections. Work with different people. Take those internships seriously. Plan for things never to go according to plan.
One of the biggest things I regret not doing in college was staying away from my teammates and talking to everybody else that's regular students, interning, working with the boosters, working with the schools, building my name up. I regret not doing that because all I did was hang out with the basketball guys. I didn't want to hang out with normal people, but those normal people are the ones that CEOs or managers or the ones that could put you on to a business. Those are the normal people because they experienced life early and they went through the job market. Being an athlete really hurts you because you're living a fallacy. You're living a dream life until it's over. Being a student or a regular person, you're going through the grind all the way and you experience that dream life later in life because you worked hard for it. Think about it. How many basketball teams are there in the NBA? I want to say 30, whatever. How many players can be on that team? Maximum 15. So you're looking at 450 people can make it to the NBA. NFL's a little bit more, but they got so many crazy clauses. Not a lot of those guys are getting real big guaranteed money. But let's just go back to the NBA. Really, 450 to 500 NBA players. How many players are in college? Way more than that. How many players are coming from overseas? Way more than that. The numbers just don't make sense. If I had this same thought right now, I'd be like, I'm just going to play college ball and I'm done. I don't want to experience that. I want to experience building a business, learning from people that actually built these businesses to where they take care of their family for a long time. Sports, especially in the black community, is looked at as a way out. Sports for the white community is not looked at as a way out. It's looked at just to learn things about life. But the only way you're going to get yourself out of your situation is working hard, not a lottery. So this is why you got to put your kids in sports. Don't put pressure on them. Just let them play, have fun. But also to help them with other things in life to where they can build businesses, teach them about entrepreneurship, teach them about, you know, working and learning from somebody to where you one day you can have your own. But we got to start pushing our kids to play professional sports, play college ball, get this money, because once it's over, it's over. That's when the real life starts to kick in. I wish my real life kicked in right after college. I'll be so much better off than I am now because I would have experienced real life as soon as I graduated and I would have hit the grind. I would have known what working is, getting and cracking resumes, just figuring out life from that point. Instead of going through a life of playing basketball, ups and downs, people playing with your money, people not paying you, people underpaying you, people want to pay you cheap, all of that. I wish I would just experience that younger and then building a career or building a business from 20. I graduated when I was 22, 23, 22. That's I retired when I was 29, so that's 7 years I could have fast tracked my life. So I'm not saying that professional sports is not bad. I'm not saying, using college to using your sport to get you into college to get a free education. That's great. But when you go to college, don't get these bullshit degrees. Get a real degree. I got my degree in business finance and recreation, basically how to use the money, how to build after school programs. It's cool, but it's not like I know how to do AI. It's not like it's like a big marketing degree. It's not like a big business administration. It's not like a doctor or a lawyer. I could have got that. I could have, had prerequisites to do that, but I chose to get the easier route because I wanted to play sports. So use that sport to get you things that you need to get, but don't rely on it to change your life and your future. But also in that time of going to school, stay away from the team. Hang out with the regular people because the regular people are the people that's going to be owning the businesses. The regular people is going to remember you and bring you onto a job that you really want. That's the biggest mistake that I made. I did not do a lot of mingling with non-sports people. But yes, this is a big thing that I'm glad that people are talking about. So I'm making this video. But as a athlete, high school, you think everything is great. You're gonna make all this money. Everybody telling you what you want to hear. You're one knee blowout, you're one ankle blowout, you're one, suspension away from people just disappearing and going on to the next. So take advantage of what you have, but by you take advantage by gaining knowledge, building connections, networking. Cause I can't say sports can get you in rooms that regular people can't get into. Even today, I'm retired. I can tell, hey, I used to play basketball for such and such and such and such. Oh man, come to this dinner. We would love for you to come just because I'm an ex-athlete. So it does work in some cases. But I wish I would have did that when I was younger. I was so around so many boosters. I went to school in Oklahoma that were big, that had big companies, had big oil things. I could have been in that as soon as I graduated. Hey, I want to work. I want to do that. But that's what you have to do. Use that power, not just to say I'm gonna make it to the league. Use that power and that skill that you were blessed to build connections and network and think about your life after the game because we don't do that. We're living in the moment. We thinking the moment's gonna last forever, and that only happens for the LeBron James, the Michael Jordans, the Kobe Bryants. That only happens for them, but that doesn't happen for all of us. Shit happens, life happens, things happen. You got to figure out what are you gonna do after the game, and while you figure that out, do that while you're in the game. Use your power while you're in the game to help you have a flourishing career after the game.